The time for empty talk is over. Now arrives the hour of action. Do not allow anyone to tell you that it cannot be done. No challenge can match the heart and fight and spirit of America.
Go! Watch out! Watch out! Go! Easy! Easy! Fuck you, police!
We will not fail. Our country will thrive and prosper again. We stand at the birth of a new millennium, ready to unlock the mysteries of space, to free the earth from the miseries of disease, and to harness the energies, industries, and technologies of tomorrow.
Well, the vaccine cannot come fast enough as the U.S. is dealing with the worst pandemic in a century. Take a look at this graphic showing the single deadliest days in American history. 3 days from this week alone are near the top of this list, with 3 additional days from last week. COVID has killed more people in one day than the number of people killed on D-Day and at Pearl Harbor. Let that sink in. And it is only expected to get worse from here.
A global crisis needs global leadership. For most of the past 75 years, that leader has been America. No longer.
World leaders held an online summit today pledging billions to develop a coronavirus vaccine. Notably absent from the meeting were any officials from the Trump administration.
I'm instructing my administration to halt funding of the World Health Organization.
America's retreat has left a vacuum at the top.
Every time that America steps back, that's an opportunity for China to step forward and present itself as the champion of the world order.
Has China spotted an opportunity to steal a march on America and use the soft power of global diplomacy to hasten its rise as the world's top power?
Supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light. And I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. Right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number on the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me. A new national pride will stir our souls, lift our sights, and heal our divisions. It's time to remember that old wisdom our soldiers will never forget, that whether we are black or brown or white, we all bleed the same red blood of patriots. Your voice, your hopes, and your dreams will define our American destiny. And your courage and goodness and love will forever guide us along the way. Together, we will make America strong again.
You need to go and leave our country. Living in America, everyone believes in God. bacon. I like bacon. And God, I pray for those that are going to eat today that they would bless the food as well. In Jesus' name, amen. We have banners and tools for every occasion. Here you have one of who Muhammad was and what their religion is about. My religion tells me that Islam is the bastard religion. Most people in America do believe Islam is bad, but don't want to say
Most
something.
people?
Yes.
According to what?
Well, we got a president that we put in office based on his on what he has to say about Islam.
We will make America safe again.
Tonight, Maria's direct hit devastating Puerto Rico.
First pictures now coming in from Puerto Rico after taking a direct hit. Hurricane Maria slamming into the island, and as you heard, one official saying the island is destroyed.
Mick Mulvaney is here, right there, and Mick is in charge of a thing called budget. Now, I hate to tell you, Puerto Rico, but you've thrown our budget a little out of whack because we've spent a lot of money on Puerto Rico. Everybody has said it's amazing the job that we've done in Puerto Rico. We're doing a great job. We have had tremendous reviews. The governor made incredible statements about how well we're doing. I think we've done a really good job. We're doing a really good job. I mean, I think we're really getting really good marks for the work we're doing. I think it's going really well. We've made tremendous strides. I think it's now acknowledged what a great job we've done. In Texas and in Florida, we get an A+. And I'll tell you what, I think we've done just as good in Puerto Rico. We have done an incredible job. And that's the truth. As far as Puerto Rico is concerned, that's been going, as you know, really well. It's been total devastation.
I like the word in English because it conveys a lot more of what we don't have. We have no power. And what has happened is in the darkest moment, people get their energy not from an electrical grid, but from the strength of their soul. But for heaven's sake, what is it going to take? How much more do we have to endure for somebody to understand that what is happening in Puerto Rico is a violation of our human rights?
It's been the worst blackout in U.S. history. And on one of our last trips here, we came across Oscar Carrion, who runs a local corner store. He'd collected $2,500 from his neighbors, bought an old bucket truck, scavenged up some spare parts, and with no prior experience, taught himself how to string wire. When we found Oscar, he and his friends had restored power to more than half of the 6,000 residents here.
La primera vez que yo me trepé ahí me temblaba todo. Todavía me tiembla todo. Al contrario, tengo miedo a las alturas y a la corriente. Cuando tú te vas, que logras subir un machete, que ve la felicidad de las personas, eso es lo que te da valor.
Why do you get up there and put your life on the line for this?
Digo, no estoy dispuesto a arriesgarla, pero la estoy arriesgando. Pero porque es que es difícil vivir aquí adentro oscura. Es bien difícil vivir aquí a oscura. Y yo tengo cuatro hijos. Y yo no quiero que pasen necesidad. Estamos cansados de oír el no se puede, y nosotros mismos tomamos la decisión de echar hacia adelante. Es que como estamos acostumbrados a vivir en esta necesidad, pues tenemos que hacerlo. Si no lo hacemos, nadie lo va a hacer por nosotros.
I give up 100% of my salary that I make as president. I don't think anybody's written that story.
$134 million. That's 395 years of presidential salary. You and I and others have paid $134 million for Donald Trump to go golf.
You know, I love working. I'm not a vacation guy, right? Like Obama, he plays golf in Hawaii.
I'm not going to play much golf because there's a lot of work to be done.
I don't have time for that. I love golf. I think it's one of the greats, but I don't have time.
Well, it's okay to play golf. I don't have any objection to anybody playing golf, but it's what Donald Trump didn't do, what he doesn't do, what he doesn't care about doing. He did something else over the weekend as well. He tweeted and he retweeted racist comments, ridicule toward Nancy Pelosi. He accused his media critics of all sorts of nefarious things, including one media critic he accused of having committed murder. This is the President of the United States, folks, in a national emergency, when nearly 100,000 Americans have died, when 40 million do not have jobs. This is the President of the United States, not seeking to deal with this emergency, but instead playing golf and tweeting and retweeting disgusting messages, divisive messages. This is not leadership. This is criminal negligence.
The president, by the way, reached a major milestone yesterday, and I don't feel like this has gotten enough attention. According to the Washington Post, which has been keeping track, I guess, yesterday, Trump told his 2,000th lie since taking office. So happy lie 2K, everybody. 2,000 lies in 11 months. He's averaging 5.6 false claims a day, which is impressive considering the fact he's only working about 2.6 hours a day. He really packs it in. And all the while that he's lying, he is continually imploring us to just believe him.
We are just getting started. Believe me. 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 Believe me.
The insurrectionist in chief is back in the news this week. You remember Donald Trump and his motley crew. Where's that motley coup?
It should be that he can simply be reinstated, that a new inauguration date is set.
It wasn't just the likes of Sidney Powell. Trump's former national security advisor, Michael Flynn, appeared to endorse a military coup like the one in Myanmar.
I want to know why what happened in Myanmar can't happen here.
No reason. I mean, it should happen here. No reason. That's right.
Listen, Trump's life, it's like a country music song. He's lost the House, he's lost the Senate, he's lost the White House, his website. If he had a dog, the dog would leave him too. If you're Trump, why not let America's democratic institutions burn?
I have a great relationship with President Xi. He's a friend of mine. He likes me. I like him. The relationship I have with President Xi is extraordinary. It's really very good. That was two of the great days of my life being in China. It was, I don't think anybody's ever been treated better in China, ever in their history. My relationship with President Xi is better, I guarantee, than any relationship of a president and a president. There's not even close. When do we beat Mexico at the border? They're laughing at us. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists. Mexico doesn't want people. They're forcing them into our country, and we're taking them and we're putting them in our jails and our hospitals, and we're paying them money through different sources. It's a disgrace. I would build a great wall, and nobody builds walls better than me, believe me. And I'll build them very inexpensively. I will build a great, great wall on our southern border, and I will have Mexico pay for that wall. Yeah! Mark my words. Yeah!
President Trump keeps promising a southern border wall that Mexico is going to pay for, but the cost estimates have been all over the place and going in the wrong direction. During the campaign, Trump first said the wall would cost $4 billion. His own estimates jumped to $7 billion, then $12 billion. In January, Republican leaders Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell guessed that it could go even higher, up to $15 billion. Then, in February, Reuters got its hands on an internal report from the Department of Homeland Homeland Security, which projected a whopping $22 billion. There's a reason for the DHS's massive price bump. They tried to account for the cost of land, mostly private property. And let's get back to that Mexico paying for the wall thing. The Mexican government has been very clear that under no circumstances will it pay for the wall. President Trump continuing to promise Americans a wall with a blank price tag that he says Mexico will pay for is naive at best and misleading at worst.
The border wall is absolutely necessary.
Are you at all concerned about ladders making the wall obsolete?
Excuse me?
A ladder, the thing you climb?
I don't know what you're talking about.
This is a ladder.
I've never seen anything like this. What did you call this? Ladder?
Ladder.
Ladder. Ladder. Is there more than one of these?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. When did this come out?
Thousands of years ago.
Must have missed these. So people just have these?
Yeah.
F off. I mean, if you start leaning these up against walls, people are just going to climb right over. A wall is no match for anything like this. They don't have these in Mexico.
Most of the ladders are manufactured in Mexico.
A Mexican can own a ladder? Might as well put a tunnel from Guadalajara, Mexico to Tulsa, Oklahoma. All I need is a ladder. Jesus. Trump didn't know about this or else he would have told us.
I think he might have known.
God damn it.
I'm very highly educated. I know words. I have the best words.
This is what makes it covering Donald Trump so very difficult. What does he mean when he says words?
Billions and 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 billions. You know what uranium is, right? It's a thing called nuclear weapons and other things, like lots of things are done with uranium, including some bad things. In June of 1775, the Continental Congress created a unified army out of the revolutionary forces encamped around Boston and New York, and named after the great George Washington, Commander-in-Chief. Our army manned the airports. It ran the ramparts. It took over the airports. It did everything it had to do. The kidney has a very special place in the heart. It's an incredible thing. This is the very definition of totalitarianism. When they gaze upon Yosemite's towering sequoias, their love of country grows stronger, and they know that every American has truly a duty to preserve this wondrous inheritance and to avoid liability, shifting production to Thailand and to Vietnam. I know words, I have the best words, but there's no better word than stupid, right? There is none. Billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and... Well, we have some of the dumbest leaders in the world. We have losers. We have losers. They're losers. They're just losers. We have very stupid people. We have stupid leadership. How stupid are our leaders? We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again. The American dream is dead.